Copenhagen, the city of cyclists. Even in the coldest of winters, the locals cycle to work or to school to pick up their kids, and some people even ride to music lessons. This is shop owner and bicycle enthusiast Henrik Mortensen. He rents out bikes to tourists and locals at his shop, Baiskeli. Baiskeli is no ordinary bike shop though. Henrik and his older cousin Nelson are renting out their bicycles with a purpose stretching far beyond the borders of Denmark. They believe bicycles are the answers to better lives, not just for the Copenhageners, but for people all over the world.
Baiskeli is Swahili for bicycle. We thought it fitted very well with the company because you can hear in the sound that it's bicycle. Baiskeli is about creating development in poor areas through low-cost mobility. So it comes from the philosophy of when people in poverty becomes more mobile, they also get opportunities for creating a better life with access to healthcare, education and poverty reduction or higher incomes. Baiskeli started when Nils, my colleague, went to Tanzania and saw how expensive low-quality bikes was in rural areas. Meanwhile, in Denmark, 400,000 bikes are scrapped annually, and in the building where Nils lived, they collected bikes 2 times a year, around 600 bikes just from one building. We were talking about this, and he was telling me that he wanted to send bikes to Africa and make a good amount of money on it. And I was like, no, how can you do that? And that you can't make money on the poorest people and so forth. And then we took the best parts of each other's ideas or ideals and created a business with a social purpose about helping people out of poverty through the use of bikes.
Henrik and Nelson were students at the time they decided to set up their business. Henrik had been working as a rickshaw driver in Copenhagen and was hugely passionate about bikes. Nelson had previous experience in setting up a company before. Their original plan was to collect up all the bikes that were scrapped annually and get them transported to Africa. But first they had to get past the police and an outdated lost and found law that meant the insurance companies and police basically owned the abandoned bikes.
How can this be that we scrap 400,000 bikes in Denmark per year? The public sector prefer to scrap than to recycle.
It wasn't until the boys went directly to the insurance company and told them their idea, and the company admitted the bikes were a huge hassle to them because there were always so many to collect.
So now the insurance companies in Denmark either sell the bikes to us cheaply or donate them to us. And this is the only donation that we get in Baiskeli. Everything else is fully financed ourselves.
Since 2007, Baiskeli has shipped over 2,000 bikes to Africa, and the number keeps growing.
We pack the bikes really closely in containers. So we can have, in a 40-foot container, we can have spare parts from 400 bikes and 400 complete bikes.
It is through running their bike shop in Copenhagen that Henrik and Nelson can finance the shipping costs. When the bikes arrive, they are in need of repair. So another aspect of the boys' business model has been to set up a mechanics workshop in Tanzania and Sierra Leone. Locals are taught how to fix bikes, which means they can sell them at an affordable price. Before Baiskeli, the cost of buying a bike was too high for most locals. Profits are invested in community projects and in developing the workshops.
It's important to see our business as sustainable within 3 areas. One being economically, we will not be depending on grants or political decisions made about Baiskeli. 2, we want to be sustainable within the environment. 3, social. We want to have an impact on a social scale.
In Denmark, unemployed people who have been out of a job for 3 years or more do the handling of the bikes. Back at the workshop in Tanzania, more bikes are being modified so they can meet people with special needs.
In villages with no access to healthcare, we can make a bike that can transport patients to health centers in the neighboring villages. We designed this bike here, which is probably one of the most solid bikes on the market, because it's not only designed to be used in Denmark, it's designed to be used or reused in Tanzania or Sierra Leone. It's made out of steel, so we can weld on it again, we can extend it. It has a box in front where it's mounted on the frame, not on the handlebars, so we can put some heavy stuff in the basket as well. I'm very proud when I see it, but I can also see, well, we can do it so much better. This is just one bike. We need thousands of bikes. We need millions of bikes. And it's just Tanzania. Africa is really, really big. There's a very big demand for bikes. So that's why we're taking it on another level and setting up a production of bikes next year.
Millions of bikes for millions of Africans. This is Baiskeli's vision, to take a commodity from one place where it has lost its value after a few winters and move it to another place where it not only has huge value but also an enormous impact.